Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. In this class, we are going to move through just a really nice, hopefully pretty gentle, full body yoga class. And so this is a practice I come back to quite regularly at the moment, just when I don't want anything too intense, but I just want to move my body in a lot of different directions and just connect in with myself, with my breath. So I hope you enjoy it. We are going to use props today. So I've got 2 blocks and a belt. So we're going to begin with leg stretching, which is why I have the yoga belt. So if you don't have a belt, you can get a scarf or a tea towel or a towel, just anything that you can wrap around the legs. Pause the video if you need to, and then just meet me lying down on the back. Now, even though you have your belt with you, just pop it off to the side for a moment and just come to find a comfortable lying down position. You might like to have your legs long. You might like to have your knees bent, maybe the hands on the body or alongside the body. And don't force yourself into stillness. Just let yourself wriggle around, let yourself settle. And then closing down the eyes or choosing a steady point of gaze. And just begin with a couple of full deep breaths. Depending on how you're feeling in this moment, it might feel good to open up the mouth. You might like to sigh the air out. And just let yourself arrive. Landing here in your practice. And if you can notice any particular tensions, tightness, distractions following you, just doing your best to let it all go. And let yourself be here. In your body, in your breath. And just trying to drop into a more even and steady rhythm of breathing. And doing your best to let that guide the practice. Now extend your left leg long, bend the right knee into the chest, and then using the belt, looping your belt around the right foot as you extend the right leg up towards the sky. And you can keep your hands a bit lower on the belt, or you can start walking your hands up on your belt towards that foot. Try and flex both feet, so stabilize that left leg into the ground. And as you flex your right foot, so toes curl down, heel bone pushes up, you're going to feel an opening through the back of the leg. And try and squeeze through the right quad just to open the legs a little more. Try not to tense up through the hands, through the shoulders. A little bit of softness there. A couple more breaths. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring the belt into the right hand. Bring your left hand onto your left hip bone. So you're really anchoring your glute into the ground, and just take the right leg out towards the right side. And you might be a bit restricted by your space. Maybe your foot touches a wall or a chair or something. That's okay. You can just let it rest there, but keep the quads squeezing. And really use your left hand actively so that you're not letting that glute lift up. Try and keep the pelvis level. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, bring the leg back to the center. And then I want you to switch legs. So pick up your left foot. Then you can release your right foot down. Stabilize through your right leg as you flex up through your left foot. And you're curling those toes down as you push out and away through the heel. Squeezing through the left quad. Slow, steady breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Bring the belt into the left hand. This time right hand is coming onto the hip, and then take the leg out towards the side. And my foot is just touching this wall here, so I'm just going to let it relax there a little bit. I shouldn't say relax, it's not relaxing. It's resting there, but I'm still flexing the foot. I'm still squeezing through the quad. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, bring that leg back to the center. And this time you can just release the leg, release the belt. You might use your belt later in class, who knows? And then hug the knees in, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. And make your way into child's pose. So depending on how you like to get there, you might like to rock and roll yourself up. You might like to roll to one side. Coming towards the back edge of your mat. Big toes touch, knees come out nice and wide. Sitting all the way back towards the heels as you stretch the arms forward. Finding that space through your lower back, through your middle back, through your upper back. Slow, steady breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, coming onto the hands and the knees. And exhale, pressing back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretching the fingers. Pushing down through the palms. As you lengthen up through the arms, through the sides of the body, can you lift your hips? Relax your head. Lower ribs draw in, navel draws in. And as you lift up through your hips, can you stretch down through your heels? Breathing in. Breathing out. Soften the knees. Slowly, step by step, walk the feet forward. Stop when the toes are behind the wrists. Feet stay hip distance apart, feet parallel. Now you can keep your hands pressing down to the ground. You might like to use blocks. You might like to catch hold of opposite elbows. Wherever you are, stretching the toes. Pushing down into the feet. Shin bones pull back, thigh bones pull back, sit bones lift up. And just try to relax any tension around your head, your neck. Maybe shake it out a little, let it go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Soften the knees. Release the arms if you have them and wriggle the feet out, mat distance apart, toes pointing out. And bend the knees coming down into a deep squat. Try and keep your heel bones down and bring the hands to the heart. Now remember, you can always sit onto a block if you need. And I want you to try and avoid this feeling of sticking the butt out and sending the chest forward. And instead, as you lean back into the feet, good, you can lift through the chest. Press down through your feet and really feel your elbows pushing into your knees as you squeeze your knees back into the elbows. Can you sit a little taller? Breathing in. Breathing out. Hands come down. Lift up through the hips. Heel and toe the feet all the way back together. Chin to the chest and really, really slowly, bone by bone, rolling all the way up to stand. Let the head come up last. And take a moment to roll through the shoulders. Good. Reaching the arms alongside the ears. Interlace the fingers into a fist. As you inhale, push down through the feet. Reach up through the arms. And exhale, side bend to the left as you shift the hips to the right side. Inhale, come back to the center, reaching up. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the center, reaching up. Exhale to the left. Last one. Inhale to the center. Exhale to the right side. Inhale, come back to the center. And exhale, release the arms. Good. Stepping forward to the top of the mat if you're not quite there already. And find your Tadasana. So maybe your feet come together, maybe your feet are slightly apart. Bring the palms together at the heart. Take a moment to close the eyes. And just find a simple intention for your practice today. Maybe remembering why it is you've made the effort and the time to be here. What is it that you want to cultivate? And just let that guide you. Take a full deep breath in. Full breath out. Release the arms. Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Press the palms, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale, fold over the legs. Uttanasana, the head is soft. Inhale, look up. Step the right foot back for a lunge. Strong back leg. Exhale, left foot to plank. Shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, push the earth away. Option always, knees down. Exhale, slowly bend the elbows. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to cobra or to upward facing dog. Use your hands, use your feet, curve your spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady gaze, steady breath and hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Inhale, push through the palms as you lift your hips. Exhale, 2. Breathe in, lower ribs draw in, navel draws in. Breathe out, 3. Inhale as you lift your hips high, draw your heel bones down. Breathe out, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, right foot steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, hold, push away through the back heel. Inhale, left foot steps next to the right, lift up the chest. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, stand up, reach the prayer to the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhale, release the arms alongside the body, Tadasana. 1 more like this. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, folding over the legs, Uttanasana, head is soft. Inhale, look up. Step the left foot back for a lunge, strong back leg. Exhale, right foot to plank, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, push the earth away. Exhale, slowly, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to cobra or to upward facing dog. Use your hands, use your feet, back body works. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady gaze, steady breath and hold. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Inhale, use the heel of the hands. You're not dropping into the wrists. Exhale, 2. Breathe in, feel that space through the arms as you lift your hips. Breathe out. 3. Inhale, stretch the toes, stretch the arches of the feet. Breathe out. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale, left foot steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, hold. Inhale, right foot steps next to the left, lift up the chest. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, stand up, reach the prayer to the sky, gazing to the thumbs. Exhale, release the arms, Tadasana. Turn to one side, so whichever side in your space works best for you, and take your legs out nice and wide so that you've got about a leg's length of distance in between your feet. Right toes turn out 90 degrees, back toes turn in. As you inhale, float the arms to shoulder height. And as you exhale, reach forward as far as you can. Hand comes down towards the shin or the toe bind. You might like to use the block, reach the top arm high for your Trikonasana. You're stretching the toes as you push down through the feet. Super, super strong through those legs. Now try and pull the torso and the head back in space. So as you lengthen through the neck, you reach up a little higher. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, push into the feet, stand all the way up. Exhale, bend the front knee deeply for warrior 2. And if your knee goes over the ankle, you could widen your stance. Good. Keep both feet super strong, so don't let that back leg collapse. Feel that your torso is nice and upright, so you're not leaning to the right side. Drop the tension through the shoulders, reaching through the arms. Gaze down that front hand. Stay with your breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, extend the front leg straight. Exhale, rebend the knee. Find your warrior two legs again. Right forearm onto the thigh and sweep that top arm up and over the ear for extended side angle. Now you really want to feel that you're back in the warrior two legs. You're not sticking that right hip out, so I want you to pull that bottom hip in as you roll the top hip open. Can you spin the chest? Can you lengthen through the neck, through that top arm? A little bit of softness in the shoulder. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, press into the feet, stand all the way up, straighten the legs at the top, and exhale, release the arms. Good. Pivot on your feet to change sides. So this time, left toes turn out, back toes turn in. Inhale, float the arms up to shoulder height, and exhale, reach forward as far as you can. Feel it from your hip. Then bring the hand down towards the shin. Reach the top arm high for your Trikonasana. Stretching the toes. Powering through those legs. You're squeezing the quads, but you're not locking the knees. Gently pulling the torso back in space. As you lengthen through the neck, can you reach up a little higher? Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, push into the feet, stand all the way up. Exhale, bend the front knee deeply for warrior two. And again, maybe widen the stance. Keep the back foot nice and strong. That's going to help you to bend a little bit more into your front knee. And you've got that external rotation in your front thigh. So knee is tracking over the second and third toe. Drop that tension through the shoulders, reaching and expanding down through the arms. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, extend the front leg straight. Exhale, rebend the knee, forearm to the thigh. Sweep the top arm up and over the ear for Parshvakonasana. Keep stretching those toes. Keep pressing into the heels. Pulling that bottom hip in as you roll the top hip open. You're lengthening through the neck. You're reaching through that top arm. Can you spin the chest? Steady gaze. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, push into the feet, stand all the way up. And exhale, hands catch the hips. Good. Turn the left toes towards the right. And just look down at your feet. Big toes in one line and toes are turned slightly in. As you inhale, draw the elbows back, lift the chest up. And exhale, fold over the legs. Hands come down towards the ground. You can always use blocks here. If you haven't got blocks, you can bend your knees. Take an inhale, look up, lift your chest. And exhale, fold over the legs. And if you can, maybe you like to walk your hands back in space. Maybe you like to take hold of your ankles or your shins. Don't just push and force yourself down though, okay? So really work the body and the breath together. So as the feet press down, the sit bones lift up, quads are squeezing. Neck is long. And on the inhale, you're thinking about making a little bit of space. And on the exhale, you're softening in. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you inhale, look up. Bring the hands onto the ground so you've got some steadiness. Turn your toes out. And as you exhale, bend the right knee, sink the hips down towards the right side. And I'm a big believer that we should be doing this movement every day. Now, right heel bone stays down. Inhale, move through center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, move through center. Exhale to the right. Can you go a little deeper? Good. Inhale through to center. Exhale to the left. Good. Inhale through to center. Exhale to the right side. Inhale through to center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, come back to the center. Turn the toes in. And exhale, fold over the legs. Hands catch the hips. Inhale, push into the feet. Stand all the way up. And exhale, gently arch the back. Inhale, lift the torso upright. Turn the toes back towards the top edge of your mat. And exhale, back foot steps next to the right foot. And stand in Tadasana. Breathe. And really let yourself be here. Feeling your feet in the ground. Being in your body, being with your breath. There's nowhere else for you to be right now. On the inhale, Reach the prayer to the sky. Look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold over the legs. Uttanasana, the head is soft. Inhale, look up. Step the left foot back for a lunge. And exhale, sweep the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. I want you to lift that leg as high as you can. Good. Open the hips towards the right side. Bend the top knee. Bring the heel towards the buttocks. Really feel the more you push into the hands, the more you can lift the knee, the more you can open the hip. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, right foot steps forward to a lunge. Now I want you to wriggle your right foot over towards your left hand and then slide your left knee to the outside of the front foot and come all the way down to sit. So you're preparing for your seated spinal twist. And if I've lost you, you got your right foot. It's always me, it's not you, it's my cues, all right? The right foot is stepped over your left thigh and you're really anchoring down through that right foot. You're anchoring down through your right sitting bone. You're not sitting on this foot. And you can always extend the bottom leg if you can't feel really grounded through your seat. And don't be afraid to do that. It doesn't mean that you're not working as hard or going into a deep of the pose. You're just trying to stabilize yourself a little better. Now, as you inhale, reach the left arm high. And as you exhale, twist to the right side. And you can hook your arm to the outside of the thigh, or you can wrap your arm around the thigh. Right hand comes behind you. And why we have to stabilize ourselves here is so that we're not twisting from our lower back. It's not going to make our back very happy, okay? So on the inhale, we really focus on pushing into the ground, sitting nice and tall. And on the exhale, we're moving into the space. And again, don't force, don't push. Just being with the breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, derotate to the left side. Inhale, come back to center. And I want you to sweep your right leg behind you and you're setting up into your pigeon. Now don't just fall into your pigeon. It's such a tendency, right? Take a couple of breaths and just make sure that this shin is set up in the way that you want it to. So either it can be more diagonal or a little bit more parallel to the front edge of the mat. And you can always use props here for support. As you inhale, you're pushing into the ground. You're lifting the chest just for this breath. And then as you exhale, slowly start to fold forward. And you can bring your forearms down to the ground. You could bring your forehead down to the ground. You could use your blocks, whatever feels good. And breathe. I'm keeping it pretty active today. So the left foot stays flexed. The left shin bone presses down. It's almost like you're trying to slide that hip back. Relax the neck, relax the shoulders. Slow, steady breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you inhale, walk the hands back under the shoulders and exhale, sweep the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. So you're pushing down into your hands as you lift that top leg. Then you're opening the hips, then you're bending the top knee, heel towards the buttocks. Gaze underneath that armpit, breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, left foot steps forward to a lunge. Good. This time you're wriggling your left foot over towards your right hand and you're sliding that back knee to the outside of the front foot. You're coming all the way down to sit. Now really take your time. Make sure that you're anchoring through the foot, through the sitting bone. You can extend that bottom leg if you need. Inhale, reach the right arm high and exhale, twist the left. And either you're hooking the elbow or you're wrapping your arm around the thigh. Left hand comes behind you. Breathe. Working with the breath. On the inhale, you're sitting tall. And on the exhale, you're moving into the space. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, de-rotate to the right side. Inhale, come back to the center. Sweep the top leg behind you. So this time, right shin is staying forward for pigeon. Take a little bit of time to set up. And just make sure that that right knee, it's not the center of the mat. It's a little bit over to the right side, not too much. I know, great cues from me there. Inhale, push into the feet, lifting the chest. And as you exhale, start to fold forward. And maybe you're coming down to the forearms. Maybe you're using your props. If you can, it feels really good to stretch those arms forward here. And breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale, walk the hands under the shoulders. And exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Hips lift up high. Gently bring the knees down. And just check here, your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Toes can be tucked or pointed. As you inhale, look up, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. As you exhale, round, lower back, middle back, upper back, drop the head, tuck the chin. Inhale, look up, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, rounding, lower back, middle back, upper back. Inhale, look up, lift your chest, lift your tailbone high. This time, hold here. Now you're going to keep your spine in this position. I'm just going to wriggle myself back so I've got some space. But start to walk your hands forward, coming into Anahatasana. And so maybe your chin is coming to the ground. Maybe your forehead is coming to the ground. Maybe you're using a block for a little bit of extra support. And breathe. And really try to keep the hips stacked on top of the knees. Now, if this does feel too intense for you, especially in your upper back, you can always just send those hips back a little bit so that you're more in child's pose. But just make sure that if you're doing that, you're consciously doing that. Belly draws in, lower ribs draw in. Stay with your breath, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, sliding the body forward. And exhale, come down to the ground. And just let the head rest, let the arms rest. Maybe rock the hips if there's a little bit of build up in your lower back. Now, either having your feet together or just slightly apart, toes are pointed. Toes are reaching straight back, and take your arms back alongside the body. Palms facing down, squeeze those shoulder blades. As you inhale, lift your head, your chest, your arms, your legs away from the ground, and hold here for your Shalabhasana. And you might like to interlace the fingers. It's going to give you a little bit more through your shoulders. Now, don't just think about lifting your feet, but think about lifting all of your legs. So from the tops of the thighs, tailbone draws in. Can you reach back through the arms? Can you reach forward through the crown? Take one more breath in. And exhale, release and come down. Rest the arms, rest the legs, and maybe rock the hips. Hands either sides of the rib cage, tuck the toes, seat back to the heels, downward facing dog, hips lift up high. Inhale, right foot steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, back knee comes down, point the back toes. Lift up the torso, hands to the hips, and just feel that your pelvis is level. Now we're going to do a little bit of a bind here. So I want you to take your left arm out towards the left side. I'm a little bit restricted with this wall, but that's okay. Sweep the arm behind the back. Good. Bend your elbow. So the back of the hand is just touching towards your body. Now I want you to reach the right arm high, bend the elbow and see if you can catch your hands. And if you can't catch your hands, don't worry about it, don't force, okay? The shoulders don't like to be forced. You could use your belt or you could just catch hold of your top, whatever works better for you. Now take an inhale, stabilize through your feet. And as you exhale, bend deeply into the front knee. Good. So you're pressing down through those feet. And don't let yourself really splay. So keep the inner right thigh squeezing towards the body. Squeezing through the left glute. Belly draws in, lower ribs draw in. Can you feel that lift through the top of the head, through that top elbow? If it feels good, leaning back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release the bind. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands down, step back. Downward facing dog. Hips lift up high. Left side, inhale, left foot steps forward to a lunge. Exhale, back knee down, point the back toes, lift up the torso. Hands to the hips, just feel that your hips are pointing forward. Good, we'll switch arms to the bind, so this time right arm out towards the right side. Spin the palm backwards and bend the elbow behind the back. Then reaching your left arm high and then catching a bind. And again, don't struggle. You might probably be able to catch one side, not the other side. I tell myself that's totally normal, all right? Take an inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, bending into the front knee. Anchoring into the earth, reaching back and away through those right toes. Pulling the belly in, pulling the lower ribs in. And as much as the hips are moving forward and down, your chest is lifting up and slightly back. Lengthen through the neck, up and out through the top of the head. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Hips lift up high. Inhale, forward to plank. And exhale slowly all the way down towards the ground. And rolling over. Coming to lie on your back. Don't get too excited. We're almost at rest, but not quite, all right? So bend those knees. Feet hip distance-ish apart. So if you know that you're a bit tighter in your spine, you might like your feet a little bit wider. Hands should just be able to touch those feet. Push into the feet and lift your lower, middle, and upper back away from the ground. Now just pause here and make sure that you're really using your legs. So feel your glutes, feel your hamstrings. Tailbone is pulling towards the backs of the knees. Now wriggle the hands behind the back. Can you tuck your upper arms under as you interlace the fingers? So not only have you got that strength and that power in your legs, but you're reaching your hands in between your feet to lift your chest up towards your chin. Neck is nice and long. And then release the interlace and slowly come down. Breathe. And just taking a moment of pause and remembering your intention. And it can be really helpful when we have that sense of why, that meaning. Something that we can keep coming back to. It's something that can hold us and steady us. Keeps us going. Now you could repeat half wheel if you'd like to finish your back bends with a full wheel. Hands either sides of the ears, palms flat. And don't feel like you have to be able to do this full pose. Maybe just do the first couple of steps. Inhale to the top of the head first. Exhale, draw the elbows together. And then lifting up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. So super strong through those feet. Strong through the backs, the legs. The principles are really similar in these postures. Can you press the chest forward so it's like you're shifting some weight out of your feet into your hands and your arms. Relax the head, last couple of breaths. And then chin to the chest and release, come down. Rolling the wrists. and then hugging the knees in and giving yourself a little bit of a squeeze. A gentle rock from side to side can feel really nice here. And just neutralizing with a twist. Either your knees can stay together or you can wrap your right leg around your left leg. Drop your knees over towards the left side and try and keep your knees at least in line with your hips, maybe a little bit higher. Twist and turn the gaze towards the right side. And if you feel comfortable, just closing down the eyes, slowing down the breath. And let yourself enjoy a bit of stillness, a bit of peace. And so if you notice that your body starts to become a little bit agitated, maybe the mind is starting to race, don't let yourself rush ahead. We do so much rushing in our life. Find your breath, come back here. Inhale, draw the knees back to center. Switching the bind, dropping the knees over towards the right as you twist and turn the gaze towards the left. Inhale, bring the legs back to the center. And exhale, place the feet down. Now we're going to finish with legs up something, okay? So if you haven't got something, so what I mean by that is a wall or a chair or a sofa or a bed, then you can just bring your knees into your chest and you can extend the legs up to the sky. And even if you have a wall or whatever, you can still do that. And if you want a little bit of height, you can use a block or a blanket underneath your sacrum and just let your arms be nice and long. If you do have the prop, then carefully coming close towards the wall, sitting sideways up the wall and then sweeping your legs up the wall. Good. Now you just want to find your sweet spot. So you don't want to be so close towards the wall that you're getting a deep stretch through the legs, but you don't want to be too far away that you lock out the knees. So just try and find somewhere that your knees can be a little bit soft, your feet can be nice and soft. And if it's cold where you are, it's definitely not for me today. Make sure that you maybe place a blanket over your body, or if you need to, find some layers. Arms alongside the body or on the body or up and over the head. And we're using this pose today, like always really, as a calming, soothing pose to close down the practice. And feeling yourself being supported, especially if you're using the wall or the chair or whatever it might be. And as your body is held, just let yourself go. Surrendering into a bit of rest for your body and your mind. And if you are without the wall and it gets a little bit too much, you can just bring your knees into your chest and just hold your legs. We'll take 10 more breaths. And then slowly bend your knees. Now if you're at the walls, soles of feet come together, knees drop out wide. I always prefer doing this on the floor, so you can move there with me if you would like, or perhaps you're already there. So just removing any props underneath your sacrum if there are any. And again, just let your feet come together, your knees drop out nice and wide. And as you feel ready, extend the right leg long, the left leg long, arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh the air out. One more full deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh the air out. And let yourself rest. Toes relax. Feet relax. Ankles relax. Legs relax. Abdomen relax. Chest relax. Back relax. Fingers relax. Hands relax. Arms relax. Shoulders relax. Neck relax. Jaw relax. Face relax. Top of head relax. Back of head relax. Whole body. Relax. Start to deepen the breath. Gently wriggling the fingers and the toes. Reaching the arms over the head, taking a stretch. Bending the knees. Rolling to one side. And lifting yourself up to sit. And just find any way that you can sit just for a moment in stillness. And just noticing any shifts, any sensations, any insights from your practice. Pressing the palms together at the heart. And just be really proud of yourself for being here. Making the effort and the time to take care of your body and your mind. Drawing the chin to the chest, bowing the head down to the heart. Thank you so much for making time for your practice. I hope you enjoyed this sequence, this class. If you have any questions, reach out. I would love to chat with you. All right, I'll see you soon.